Buildings set on fire, roads blocked, schools closed. Foreign nationals urged to stay indoors. Chaos reigns in Mexico following the death of cartel leader El Mencho on February 22nd during a military operation supported by the United States. The Mexican army killed the powerful drug lord known as El Mencho, leader of the Jalisco Nueva Generacion cartel, one of the most violent in Mexico. In response to his death, suspected cartel members have unleashed a wave of violence in 20 of Mexico's 32 states, plunging residents into fear. Armed men began blocking roads and setting fire to buses, trailers, gas stations, and trucks, as well as pharmacies and convenience stores. Several motorists were even forcibly removed from their vehicles so that the attackers could set them on fire. Scenes of panic were also filmed at Guadalajara Airport in the state of Jalisco, following fires on the outskirts of the airport. In most of the affected states, residents were asked to stay indoors. Schools were even closed on Monday in at least 8 states across the country. Faced with the chaos, the Mexican president called on the population in a message posted on X to stay informed and calm. Countries like France and Canada called on its citizens in several areas of Mexico to exercise the utmost caution and remain indoors. The United States called on its citizens to take shelter until further notice. Those criminal organizations has been designated by the U.S. government as a major transnational criminal organization and a primary driver of fentanyl and meth trafficking into the U.S. This is a cartel that built its reputation for rapid expansion, militarized tactics, and really tight operational control under El Mencho. So what happens now? Well, the cartel isn't just one man. U.S. intelligence assessments have long described it as a network structure with regional commanders and allied cells. That means operations don't stop overnight, but leadership transitions, they can trigger internal competition or fragmentation. At the same time, you've got rival groups that are watching all of this really closely. The Sinaloa cartel itself, fractured into factions after years of arrests and leadership disruption, could attempt to expand into other territory, and you've got smaller regional groups that might also test the balance of power here. And this doesn't stop at Mexico's borders. CJNG and Sinaloa both maintain distribution partnerships in the US, Central America, parts of Europe, and Asia. Any instability at the top can disrupt supply chains or intensify competition for those trafficking routes. So this is a moment that's not just about one cartel leader. It's about whether Mexico's criminal ecosystem consolidates or further fractures. I'm heading to see what that looks like on the ground and what it means for security on both sides of the border. What happens next isn't clear yet. Power shifts like this can bring more instability in the short term, but they can also force change. Whether that means more violence or a slow return to balance depends on how authorities respond and how rival groups move in the coming weeks. For now, people are watching closely and hoping the situation stabilizes sooner rather than later. I know it's maybe a difficult situation to talk about, but I hopeful thing will turn south and to keep you happy and optimistic about the future. Here a little video representing civilized birds arguing politely without interrupting each other, unlike the bad cartel.
Gobierno de México.